Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day, good moment to you, wherever you are on this sweet, wild, sacred earth that perhaps is art, and whenever you are as well. I'm Julie Ling, and this is the Voice of Wonder. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here. Today, I invite you to just let the flute settle you in, feeling the notes opening your heart and opening your body so that it feels a little safer for you to enter even a little more fully. And as you're settling in, feeling your energy coming down into your crown and your head, your throat, opening your voice, your heart, opening your heart, just maybe another petal at a time, settling and softening into your belly, the solar plexus, the center of your inner sun, feeling it soften into a glow, warm and soothing power two. And any brashness of power over simply dissolving away, settling into your low belly, the orange center. You ride the tiger of your senses and resting even more in the singing bowl of your hips, letting yourself move a little bit, settling in to that space as if it were the most comfortable, easy chair you've ever sat in. And letting yourself rest and simply noticing the breath as it rises within you like a wave on the shore and falls away like a wave returning to the sea. Rises again like a wave on the shore, bringing newness, receding, carrying away with it not only carbon dioxide, but anything else you no longer need that no longer serves you. Just settling into the breath as it breathes you. And today I invite you into a little more, maybe a teaspoonful, maybe a dropper full, maybe just an IV drop at a time of gentleness. Meeting yourself with gentleness. Meeting as you settle into your body even a little more, your body with gentleness. Maybe even noticing a part that you haven't liked so much. Just meeting it with a little bit of gentleness. Oh, here you are, and you're part of me. Noticing how this part has served you. It's been with you your whole life, for the most part. And it's been here for you every moment of every day. Done its job and maybe held emotions that you couldn't feel and release. It's still holding for you. Settling into that. Thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you for all you've held for me. The way you've carried me or supported me or breathed me or seen for me or heard for me or walked for me. Whatever it's done, meeting that with a little more gentleness, a little more grace, this part that's been with you. And maybe meeting a part of you that's irritated with someone else or with you for something that you weren't able to do. This morning, someone had asked me if I could do something for them. And it was the time that I usually start preparing for this. And I said, well, that's the time I usually begin, and I usually start about this time, but this window will work for me. Okay, great, that's when we'll do it. And she wasn't ready. And I really wanted to honor my commitment to be here and do this and release it at the time that I've said I would. And I really wanted to honor my commitment to offer something to this person who's been unspeakably kind to me. And I noticed thoughts coming up of irritation. If I'd known it would take this long, I could have done some of my prep work ahead, but I didn't know. And I felt irritated and frustrated, and it immediately turned into, well, of course not. You don't need to eat. You don't need to meet your needs. Other people matter more than you. And that voice felt really mean. And I realized underneath it was the fear that that was true, that I don't get to meet my needs, that I'm less important than other people, and that it's wrong and mean of me to want to meet my own needs as well. And it was hard for me to be with that part of me. And if there's a place where you notice two conflicting desires, two things that are important to you, and you can't do both at the same time, and so you choose one, does that voice of blame, of criticism come up? Sometimes we can't meet all the needs at once, and that's part of being human. And so we do what we can. And if we can meet the part that's frustrated and disappointed, that's underneath the voice of criticism and blame, with a little bit of gentleness, with a little bit of grace, then that energy can move and we can come back into the present moment again, where everything can move. So I just invite you to notice if there's a place in you like that, and can you meet it? Can you meet the critic with the softness of, oh, of course you wanted both things and they weren't possible. And of course you're disappointed and frustrated. And maybe we can meet that and be with it instead or as well. And simply holding whatever's coming up for you with a little more softness, a little more gentleness. even the prickly parts, even the judging, angry parts, are also call for love. A cup held up. Will you fill me with love? And when we smack the cup away, it just comes back a little bigger. And when we fill it with love, it overflows, it dissolves. Can you meet in this moment whatever part has arisen with a little more gentleness, a little more kindness, a little more love? Because all of these parts are like the parts of your body that have supported you, that have held you, that have kept you safe in the ways that they learned. Can you meet that with a little more gentleness, with a little more grace, maybe just a drop of graceful gratefulness, of grateful gracefulness? Thank you, thank you, thank you, and fill them with a little more love. And perhaps, having done this for yourself, the next time you see someone who's cranky or cross or crotchety or irritated, you can meet them with a little more grace, even if it's just a drop. Oh, I remember how this felt inside of me when I met it. Ah, and just, even if you can't voice it or say it, the thought is present. I wish you a little more grace. I'll just offer, even if it's only inside my heart, even the idea of a drop more of grace, of love, of kindness. There's a line in a Rumi poem I just love that says, God accepts counterfeit money as real. And if the next step towards offering love or grace or kindness to yourself or someone else is pretending you are, great, do that. And the next time, maybe it will feel just a tiny bit more real. So today, as you go out into your day or afternoon or evening or step in between into the land of dreams, I wish you a little more grace, a little more kindness, a little more acceptance, and maybe even a drop of graceful gratefulness for any part of you, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever terms resonate for you, and maybe even for another, for how they have held you, supported you, been with you, loved you, how they could, how they were able in ways that kept you or them safe, and offer a drop or a tablespoon or however much, a teaspoon of sugar that helps the medicine go down, of love, of kindness. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm Julie Ling. This is the Voice of Wonder, inviting you to a little bit more. Let your heart sing.